There's a moment in the recent season of Disenchantment that made me think of Wonder Woman 84. The show, whose episodes were pretty hit or miss in its first two seasons, takes direct aim at every viewer who takes it too seriously. So there's this man who pops out of a window and starts questioning the logic of the show.
Is anyone else bothered by the rules of this world?
He is promptly arrowed to death. The point the writers are making is that this is a cartoon comedy about a fantasy land where all the elves have names that describe exactly what they do, but with an O at the end. You've got Leave O, you've got Lead O, and you've got Elf O. Stop trying to take this show seriously, because the writers definitely aren't. And then to emphasize that point, the audience member magically comes back to life in the season finale, has the same complaint about the show's logic, and is promptly shot to death again. The message is clear: stop trying to think too hard about this dumb, funny show. And like I said, that made me think of Wonder Woman 84. When the movie first came out a couple of months ago, it was impossible to escape the ironic memeing about just how very dumb it was. Everything was up for grabs, from the plot being about granting wishes, to the ethical implications of Wonder Woman's wish, to how the convoluted theming could be interpreted to mean that no one should wish for anything better or try to improve their lives in any way. But here's the thing. Though the criticisms of the movie's more problematic scenes are definitely valid, like a Muslim-coded character obsessed with casting out infidels, and a victim of assault being portrayed as evil for beating up her assaulter, that's kinda where my problems with the movie stopped. By no means did I love Wonder Woman 84. This is not some passionate defense of a project I believe in. But when I watched the movie, I had a good time. It's not revolutionary, it doesn't set out to make you think or even to do anything unique in the superhero genre. It's simple and it's fun. That's all. And I'm amazed that anyone thought it would end up better or smarter than it is. We're talking about a series where in the first one, Diana fixes World War I by literally, and I mean literally, fighting war. Ares is war! She kills war, and she kills him good. So all the soldiers hug, and the war is over. Whether or not you enjoyed the first Wonder Woman, punching war into not existing is dumb. And it is immediately countered by the fact that we know World War II happens like 20 years later. But you're not meant to think about that. She beats up war, and the war is gone. Everyone hugs. War is over. It's simple, and it's hopeful. And this is by design. By their own admission, the producers and director of the movie made Wonder Woman 84 as an homage to the classic Christopher Reeve Superman movies. Those movies are so dumb that they include a scene where we hear Lois's terribly written internal monologue as she falls in love with Superman.
Here I am, like a kid out of school, holding hands with a god.
And then, the movie ends when Superman uses a power he's never ever been foreshadowed to have and will never use again, to turn back time by spinning the Earth backwards, and that's how he saves the day. That is the logic and the tone that they are inspired by. And that brings us back to Flaming Arrow Guy. Yes, you can spend hours pondering the ethical implications of not Steve Rogers taking over the body of some random 80s dude. And you can then extrapolate that into weird questions about what Diana and Steve do with the body of this 80s guy that they've spiritually commandeered. But the legitimate answer is that the writers just did it because they thought it would lead to some funny gags in their movie. Haha, he's in a fictional random guy's living room and it's a mess. Isn't that just a laugh? The same can be said of the now overly parodied TV joke in the movie. In one scene, Diana says she doesn't own TVs, and it's played as a joke.
I don't have a TV.
But then, just a couple of scenes later, we see that she indeed does have a whole bunch of TVs that she uses to monitor world news. Why is there this discrepancy in the movie? Well, it's because the writers simply just didn't care about the film's continuity when it came to justifying a one-line long joke. So yeah, it's very dumb that Kristen Wiig was ignored at work for absolutely no reason, and then became popular after a makeover. It's also very cheesy and simple that all it took to win in the end was for Diana to give an inspirational speech, and that convinced not only Pedro Pascal, but everyone on the planet into renouncing their wish. But that's kind of the point. It's meant to be dumb. No one who created this movie was taking it all that seriously. This also extends to the movie's overarching message. I've seen a lot of takes about the film's themes, and a lot of them seem to obstinately push back on the inherent stupidity of the movie. There are some people out there that view it as this Randian treatise on objectivism, and others that insist that the movie's ultimate theme is to never try to improve the world or yourself. And obviously none of that is true. The movie isn't telling you to stop trying and give up on your dreams and to just accept and enjoy the world as it is. That was the message of Pixar movie Soul. Unlike that movie, Wonder Woman 84 is dumb and simple, and like all dumb, simple things, it tells you its message right in the opening scene.
You took the short path. You cheated, Diana. That is the truth. No true hero is born from lies.
Don't lie and don't cheat. The ends do not justify the means. If you compromise values to achieve what you want, then that is bad. It's like you have gained nothing at all. So again, just don't lie and cheat to get what you want. That's it. That's the whole message. Don't think too hard about any of the rest, because the movie is certainly not asking you to, and it's not written to. And honestly, that can be kind of jarring, especially these days. We've all been watching the Marvel Cinematic Universe for the last 10 years, and so we're used to superhero movies, even the lighter, funnier ones, that treat the world that they're a part of almost religiously. Even the smallest references in a Marvel movie can eventually balloon out into any number of spin-offs, characters, and future projects. Because everything is connected, everything matters. And so a lot of the world building and character growth in those films is meticulously planned and executed. But Wonder Woman 84 doesn't really give a crap about any of that. By its very design, it exists in this kind of weird 1984 time bubble that the rest of the DC universe will probably never reference ever. And we are just not used to superhero movies that do that. Films can be smart, impactful, or tell expansive superhero narratives with serious world building and character growth. But they can also just be dumb. They can be fast food, and sometimes, even though it's not good for you and holds almost no nutritional value, you just crave fast food. Don't think too hard about what's in it. If you looked up the ingredients list, it wouldn't make any sense and would probably terrify you, so just turn off your brain and enjoy your damn burger. If even the creators behind a film aren't thinking that hard about what they're making, or taking it seriously to any degree, why would you waste hours of your life doing exactly that? Wonder Woman 84 was very, very, very dumb. But maybe that's okay. I hope you don't think with this video that Warner Brothers is getting off any easier than Disney. They're just less successful, so I talk about them less, you know? Disney has those die-hard fans that would die for them, whether it's because of the princesses or the Marvels or the Star Wars. There's people out there who worship the very ground that Disney Corporation treads on. So Warner Brothers has been out of my spotlight. Whatever. They're in it now! Let's not forget the whole fiasco in the DC universe that's led us to where we are today, where none of their movies are connected and nothing really makes sense, is because they pressured a man, a director, whose daughter had just committed suicide into quitting his job as director on Justice League. Then the people they replaced him with, Joss Whedon and Jeff Johns, reportedly came onto set and decided to start abusing people, allegedly. This isn't just something that one or two people have come out and said. The stars of the movie, including Gal Gadot, have confirmed this. And so after making what a corporate committee thought would be a good superhero movie, Joss Whedon is now out of the DC universe, but Jeff Johns is still hanging around. He was involved on Wonder Woman 84. And again, that's alleged abuser and alleged racist? Jeff Johns. So on that alone, Warner Brothers has a lot to answer for. And you know, they're probably involved in a lot of the shady stuff Disney does too, but I haven't bothered to put together a 40-minute long video about them with sources and stuff, so I'm not gonna allege anything. But corporation's gonna corporate. But regardless, when it comes to how they treat their talent, there's clearly improvements to be made. Not to mention the fact they continue to work with known transphobe J.K. Rowling. So, as always, links to the sources down below. You know, all of these alleged abuses that are corroborated by multiple people. So, you know, Warner Brothers, please don't sue me. The sources are down there. And you, audience, if you want to find out more about how terrible companies are, you can also use those to do some research. Oh, and of course, get vaccinated. Let's get coronavirus out of here. And once you're done getting vaccinated, give me money on Patreon, because I haven't had a haircut in almost a year. And I'm gonna say it's because I don't have enough patrons. So, get me to 20 patrons and I'll get a haircut.